Hello again, everybody. Jim Hickey, also known as @BassFishingTips on Twitter, here today with another quick video. This time it is that time of month and time for another tackle grab unboxing. Okay, this is the box that was sent out in March of 2015. In this box, the first thing I do is check the value of the baits that are there. There are 4 baits, one hard bait, a spinnerbait, and a couple of demo packages of soft plastics from Gambler Lures. And the total value of these baits is $22.47. And of course, they all guarantee that they'll go over their minimum cost and the minimum cost subscription depending on where you start. If you go month by month, but Tackle Grab is like $15 a month, which includes shipping. So this obviously goes several dollars above that, so they keep to that as well. So what's in this box? Well, this month we have, as I mentioned, I think, a spinnerbait. This spinnerbait is one of the bleeding bait series from Strike King. It's a 3/8 ounce with a more or less white skirt, a little bit of red in it, willow and Colorado blade, nickel in color, and of course the bleeding bait series of spinnerbaits has a red hook, so kind of supposed to give that idea that this thing is bleeding as it's going through the water. Given the time of year, we're coming into spring here finally in New Hampshire, although there's still a lot of ice out there. You can start to see some water opening up around the edges of the ponds, so that's a good sign, especially with there's incoming water into it. But as things heat up, the ice goes away. That'll be a great bait to try out. The next hard bait is one from Sebile, I think it's called, and it's called the Magic Swimmer. This is a 4.5 inch, 3/4 ounce, fast sinking swim bait. There we go. Let me get that. There we go. And they do make different sizes and different sink rates. They have a slow sinking version and a fast sinking version. This is a fast sinking. Quite frankly, I don't do a lot with this type of bait, so I'll probably end up somehow getting rid of it, or getting it onto somebody else. Somebody else will use it more readily. Although I'll tell you, I do kind of give it some thought. Not so much about bass fishing around here, but striper fishing down in some of the creeks when I head down to the Cape this summer. So who knows? Maybe it'll stick around till then. By the way, the spinnerbaits, just over $5 in cost. Swim baits, of any sort, usually hard swim baits, usually go over $10. This one's like 13 to 14, somewhere in that range. So, right there between those two baits, you're over the $15 cost. The 2 packages of Gambler baits that are given this month. And as always, there's that garlicky scent that Gambler is famous for. A ribbon tail, 7-inch ribbon tail worm. This looks like either a green pumpkin or a watermelon seed type of bait. Just your conventional curly tail type bait. Always good as you get into the latter part of the spring and then through the summer. Fishing it Texas style on a weedless jig head or Carolina rig, whatever the case may be. So a good little package of baits to try out. And then one of their little, what I'd call a finesse craw. It's their BB Cricket. Okay, here. Right here. And this is kind of an Okeechobee craw color by the looks of it. This is a very small crawfish bait. Okay, so this would be a pretty cool thing to put on like the finesse jig. A small 1/8 ounce jig when you're fishing delicate situations, or it could be a great spawn time bait when you want a bait that's more subtle than what you're not normally used to throwing. This again, I think, is Okeechobee craw. Don't tell me the color here. Usually if I'm using in a spawning situation, I want something lighter in color, but it's all good. So anyways, tackle grab for this month, you get $22 and what did I say, 47 cents or something like that in total value, 4 baits, so not a bad deal. Have a great month. Have a great day. Spring's finally here. Get out there, do some fishing. I will be as soon as I can. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you again soon.